Hello boss, what's up? What's up? Welcome to a new video. And in this video, let's talk about personal finance. First of all, a small disclaimer. I'm not a professional or anyone who actually is a qualified professional who can actually advise you regarding personal finance. Or I will never give you any recommendation whatsoever regarding invest in this, that. No, you'll have to do your own research. That'll be the first step, educating yourself, right? But what I can do is the main reason of making this video is so I started working. I joined a company full time in August of this year, 2023. Not this year, man, 2023. So prior to joining, I had a couple of months, which was essentially my free time. So the most time that I actually spent on was actually reading about investment, stocks, mutual funds, and basically planning out my entire personal portfolio, right? So and personal portfolio, personal finances. So in this video, I would like to give you a couple of pointers regarding what you need to do and where do you actually need to study to educate yourself about personal finances and the best resources out there that will actually help you out. So I won't be giving you any recommendation whatsoever. Invest in this stock, mutual fund. Nope, not at all. You need to do all that heavy lifting. What I'll give you is a good set of resources that actually help me, and let's understand the reason and the rationale behind investing. First of all, right? I don't need to explain you all of that. You know for those of you who don't know, the compounding is insanely powerful, right? So I'm sure you would have studied about simple interest and compound interest. This is like every whatever the stock recommendation or stock what do you say, stock market channel's first advice, whatever, the power of compounding. But yeah, it actually makes sense, man, reading about compounding and what exactly do you mean by compounding, right? So yeah, so once I understood the power of compounding, then it became very essential. And what else will you do with most of the money? You just don't it doesn't make sense just keeping that in your bank account, right? Because you get like very low interest rate in your bank account, so in your normal savings account. So it makes sense to at least invest for you to achieve your financial goal or any personal goal that you have in your life that can be solved with money. So yeah, without further ado, I won't be like dragging this down. So one of these resources that actually helped me out a lot is Zerodha Varsity. Hands down, one of the best resources, and this is completely free, right? So as far as I know from the couple of modules that I've read, Zerodha Varsity obviously is it's a brainchild of Zerodha, Nikhil and Nitin Kamath. So they have like a complete educational website that's dedicated to learning about finances, investing, mutual funds, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, right? But I will not overwhelm you with all these resources. I'll just point you out to one or two resources that you just need to get started with. And my important suggestion and one important takeaway that you can have from this video is don't start investing. It's okay if you delay investing or putting money in the stock market. It's okay, right? But the thing is, you need to first educate yourself. It doesn't make sense to just like listen to your friends' advice regarding a particular stock, regarding a particular mutual fund or whatever, right? Because see, that's the thing, right? Most of them, they don't take time to actually study about these topics. You're like, my friend has recommended me this particular entity or this particular commodity, and I'll invest my money into that. I wouldn't recommend you to do that because first of all, it doesn't make sense. What if your friend doesn't exist the next day? I'm not telling he'll die, but he or she will die dark. But no, it doesn't make sense listening to someone, man. Will your friend tell you when to exit from that particular mutual fund or that particular stock? No. Sure, they might tell you if you ask them, but you get the point. See, education is the single biggest powerful thing that you can possess, and nobody can steal that from you, is my thesis or theory. So yeah, I just came up with a theory, by the way. So without further ado, as I mentioned, Zerodha Varsity. So most of these articles are written by this one gentleman called as Karthik Rangappa. Excellent articles, and they're very beginner friendly. You pick up any module from Zerodha Varsity, it's like one of those series wherein you can start from anywhere, right? And it'll make sense to you. So these articles are just like that. So over Zerodha Varsity, I'll point you out to a couple of resources that you need to just look into, and you'll be good to go, right? And that's the thing. You need to spend some time in all these resources, and once you're sorted, you're done. You know the basics. You'll have a financial goal, and you'll choose the instruments that you need to you need to achieve that particular financial goal. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. For example, say have a financial goal coming up in 2 years. It doesn't make sense for me to invest in stocks or equities, right? Sure, I can like take a chance on index funds. I'm not throwing some, I'm sorry for throwing some jargons, but those of you who have like slight amount of knowledge, you know what I'm talking about. So it makes sense to only invest in debt instruments in the short term, right? So all these like tidbits of knowledge. So actually learned from Zerodha Varsity, and I'm very very thankful for the team at Zerodha Varsity. So I'll take you to my screen. I'll point you out to a couple of resources that you need to look into. So let's go. Hey, hello. We're back. So let me take you to my computer screen, and yeah, let's look at the resources that I was mentioning, right? Zerodha Varsity. Let me just share my screen. Yes, sir. And we here. Okay. Slight delay. Okay. What screen are you opening, man? What screen? Yes, sir. Okay, back to my screen, and these are the resources that I was mentioning, right? So this is Zerodha Varsity. I'll put a link in the description. Beautiful set of resources that you need to absolutely look into. And let me just like walk you through, right? Like what are the resources that you need to take a look into. There are only two modules that I recommend. If you're someone who's actually like very curious, and if you want to read more, feel free to explore this complete site, right? So these are the only two modules that I recommend. Okay, zoom. Can you please close? Okay. So the first module, Introduction to Stock Market. Read this if you're an absolute beginner, but feel free to skip this if you. I mean, just read it, man. It's fine. Even if you know something, just read this. You'll get an overview of all the happenings and A to Z of stock markets. So all these modules, right? So just go click on this, start reading this, right? So this is like one of the very important modules that was actually an eye opener for me. So yeah, I mean, Karthik has explained really well regarding why you need to first invest and what is the power of compounding, right? I need to actually revisit these modules, man, because see, that's the thing. I mean, I don't remember everything that I read, right? So it makes sense to continuously keep visiting these visiting these chapters, because I mean that foundation becomes really strong in your mind, right? So yeah, it makes sense to revisit these chapters. So yeah, so all these chapters. So first one is Introduction to Stock Markets. I'll recommend you only two modules. You can feel free to explore the other modules. Introduction to Stock Markets, read all of these IPO markets, stock markets, the jargons, how, and everything about the trading terminal. And yeah, man, these should be, and key events and their impact on markets. So yeah, you need to be aware, right? So, and the second module that I would recommend is, let's scroll, and this one, Personal Finance Mutual Funds. Long way, okay, 32 chapters. You'll take a lot of time, okay, but make sure to stay focused, and I would say like be and yeah, keep that goal in your mind, right? So yeah, I mean, stick to that particular goal of you educating yourself, and this particular module is like very very well structured. So even if you're like a pro, I would say, like, even if you have like basic idea of stock market, you can feel free to skip that first part, but this part is fantastic. Personal Finance Mutual Fund, you get like a lot of information over here, that's for sure. Yeah, everything about personal finance math. So again, the same concept of simple interest, compound interest, time value of money, one of the key chapters. I need to visit this again. Yeah, he has given like very good examples regarding time value of money and all these concepts. So yes, sir, and yeah, introduction to mutual funds, concept of fund and NAV. Yeah, all these debt funds, investing in bonds, index funds, arbitrage funds. At this point, I'm just reading the title. What else can I do, man? I've already recommended you the resources. It's like the Pandora box is open now. Yeah. So yeah, these two chapters, and you're sorted. Yeah, this is my recommendation, and yeah, I should have recorded this long back, but while I was operating with my camera, now I switched to my web camera, so too lazy to go back. So let me recommend you like one more resource, right? And that is this book called Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. I'll be putting a link of that book in the description. Do read that book once. Do give that book a read, because very nice book. Okay, this is like an optional or a bonus thing if you want to know in depth about stocks, right? Otherwise, you're sorted with these two items. First is Zerodha Varsity. I mean, only one item. Zerodha Varsity, two modules: personal finance and introduction to stock markets. So yeah, do give Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham a read. It's very good, right? You learn thoroughly about fundamental analysis and everything, and yeah, it's more inclined towards investing, and it's not like it doesn't help you if you're into trading, and I wouldn't even recommend you get into trading if you're beginning your stock market journey or investing journey, or any like whatever financial instruments journey or personal finance journey. Yeah, these were the pointers that I had, and I'm sure I'll be making a couple more videos on personal finance. Because see, I'm a beginner, right? So I'm also learning. I'm forever a learner. I won't claim to be expert in any field, right? Whatsoever, no matter. Even if I spent a lot of time in any field, there's always something to learn. I don't know, like some great man has already told, man, and even I've experienced this. The more you start reading about a particular field, right, the more you get to know that you don't know anything about that particular field. So I consider myself as a forever learner. I'm not expert into in anything. With that, thanks for watching this video. I'll see you all in the next video. Should have seen the camera. I'm just looking at myself in Zoom. So yeah, till then. Stay tuned. I hope you're liking all these videos, right? So yeah, see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye. See you all.